Hello, in this video we will go over the basics of working with and organizing content areas. Here you can see a content area for week 1 of a course. It's labeled week 1, it's got the dates on it, and the first thing on the page is this item indicating what's going on this week, listing some outcomes, and offering a to-do list for students. And this was created using an item. Next on the page we have a folder or a learning module where some materials supplementing this unit have been posted. We put an example here of a folder and a learning module because they both work a little differently, and you might pick one over the other based on the needs of your course. A folder is pretty simple and it works like a folder on your computer. If I click into it, it just shows me some content that's inside it. However, a learning module with this binder icon, when clicked on, opens up and displays content one at a time. You would use a folder if you just want to organize things a layer deeper, but you'd use a learning module if you want students to view your content in a specific order, one piece at a time. Further down the page, after the materials, you'll put any activities or assessments you want your students to complete. It's important to give your content specific titles and good descriptions, and to put them on the page in the order you want your students to do them. So first you want them to read this, then go through the materials, and to then complete these activities in the order that they're listed, building from top to bottom. Now, let's take a look at how we could build that type of a page. Once you've got your content area, as I do here for week 2, you go to Build Content. Most of what you're looking for is under here. So I would start off with an item, and this would be my week 2 overview. And here I would type in that information introducing this week. You can type in this box and use the buttons above to format it however you'd like. Once you're happy with what you've written, you'd click Submit, and the text gets added to the top of the page. Next up, you'd want to add either your content folder or your learning module here under the Build Content button to organize your materials. I'm going to do a content folder. I'm going to name my content folder first and put in a quick description. Once I'm done, I'll click Submit, and now I've got my folder. To add content to my folder or learning module, you click on it and use the same buttons at the top of the page to upload the content. Here I could choose things like File to upload a file from my computer. I can use Web Link to add a link to a specific website, or I could use some of the mashups here to pull in multimedia content from somewhere out on the internet. We'll go into more depth about what these options are a little later in this unit. As you add content to the page, you can always edit and rearrange the order that it shows in. If you ever want to go back in to edit something, you can click the down arrow button that appears next to something when you put your mouse arrow over it, and choose the edit option. That just brings you back in where you can edit the name, the description, and any other settings. You can also choose Make Unavailable to hide it from the students, or you can just delete it if you don't want it on the page anymore. If you wanted to rearrange something on the page, for example, if I wanted this folder above this item, you just put your mouse over the left edge of it, click and hold down when the arrow switches to the 4-way arrow, and then drag it up and drop it where you want it to be. So you just click along the left edge, drag it, and drop it where you want it. The tools for having students submit their work to you can be found under the Assessments button and the Tools button at the top of the page. Under Assessments, you'll see the option to add in a test where you can deliver a series of questions to students that have different point values. You can also use the Assignment tool if you're just looking for students to submit an attachment to you for grading. And then under Tools, you'll see some more interactive options, like the discussion board, where you can put up a topic for discussion and students can post and reply to each other, or the Journals tool, where you can put up a prompt for students to reply to in a reflective manner in a private space where only you can see what they're writing, or a voice thread, where students talk back and forth to each other using audio and video comments instead of text comments like they do in a discussion board. The goal here is to replicate something that looks like this week 1 page. We are always starting off with an item introducing the unit, adding in some supporting materials, and then following up with assignments and activities.